Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss a very important practical issue which is coming into the financials of a public limited company. Employee benefits, and into employee benefits I am talking about Provident Fund first. So normally the Provident Fund is categorized as a defined contribution plan. According to India's 19, this is a normally it is a defined contribution plan. But the question is it always defined contribution or it can be defined benefit also? So again, whether it is defined benefit or defined contribution, it depends on if there is any obligation on the part of employer, then it is defined benefit. If there is no obligation, then it is defined contribution. So when employer is running a normal provident fund to EPFO or government administered provident fund, so in that case, what happens? Employer contributes fixed percentage of salary every month into this government administered PF fund. So in that case, there is no extra obligation on the part of employer. So that is called defined contribution plan. That is the way majority of the PF operates in India. That is, a employer contributes 12% of the eligible salary to EPFO. And after that, there is no obligation. So this is defined contribution plan. But sometimes employers operate exempt or trust managed provident fund. That means they are not running their PF with the government administered fund, but they are running their own fund through their trust. Now, this can be a defined benefit plan. There is very important practical exception. So let's say, suppose an entity operates an exempt provident fund through its own trust. Trust is required to provide interest to employees at the rate declared by EPFO. So up to it is fine. Okay, so I'll not contribute PF into the EPFO, but I will contribute my contribution into a trust which my entity only is managing. Okay, on the funds which I am contributing, I have to provide interest, the same rate which is prescribed by EPFO. But here, at the time of retirement, to withdraw the PF, employee is not going to EPFO, but employee will come to me to the trust. Like, okay, give me my PF money. Now, in that case, at the time of payment, if there is any shortfall, so in that case, employer is required to make additional contribution for the shortfall into trust investments. So if investment are insufficient in case of trust managed provident fund, then employer is under obligation. So if there is any obligation, then it will become defined benefit plan. So this is again a very important point to see. So be careful while review your client's financials that how the PF operates, whether it is a EPFO setup or their own trust setup. And accordingly, it is defined contribution or defined benefit.